Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm really excited to do. I just got in my package of lipsticks that I purchased from Jaclyn Cosmetics, so I thought that I would go through these, do some lip swatches, kind of give my first thoughts on them, my experience with ordering them since Jaclyn Cosmetics is a new brand, and I've already been getting a bunch of questions asking how things went for me, so I thought we could just chat over these lipsticks today. I do have 6 different shades that I will be showing swatches of, both on my hand and then also on my lips, so we do have a lot to chat about today, so why don't we go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so like I said, I just got these in the day that I am filming, which is actually on Wednesday. I'm not exactly sure when this video is going to go up. I just got home from doing a bunch of traveling. I've been in the car for the past very long time, so I'm feeling a little bit haggard at the moment, but it was really fun to be able to come home to this package. I was like, yay, let's just sit down and film my first thoughts on this and do some swatches, and what a fun way to come home to 6 nude lipsticks. Hello. If you do not know me, if you are new to my channel, my name is Samantha March and I love nude lipsticks. It is pretty much all that I wear. It is my favorite. I have been following Jaclyn Hill for a very long time, since I first started watching YouTube. She was one of the first beauty YouTubers that I was watching, and I followed her really closely throughout the years, and I've been really excited for her brand launch. I know that's taken a little bit of time to get here, but I can't even imagine what goes into launching your own brand. So I was really excited. I discussed this in my series, The Will I Buy It, that I post every single Wednesday, chatting over new makeup releases, and I said that I was planning to pick up some lipsticks. I had chose out 6 and I just could not narrow it down. So I went ahead and did 6, and I was getting so many messages in of people saying, you know, there's 2 shades that you picked out and they look similar to one another. If you get them, can you swatch them, you know, next to each other so I can see what it looks like? And so I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna get the 6, and maybe this lip swatching video will help someone out. So I purchased these 6 by myself. These were $18 a piece. There is also trios that you can purchase, I believe for $49, and you could purchase the whole set. I know some of the items have sold out, but there are supposed to be restocks. I just purchased these 6 individually instead of doing some trios, because there wasn't a trio where I wanted all 3. So I just went ahead and did the $18. I know there's been some issues with shipping. I did not do expedited shipping. I just paid, it was like the $4 or something to get it shipped to me. So I am in Iowa, and things generally take a little bit longer to get to me. One of the reasons I kind of thought to do expedited shipping just so I could get a video out quicker, but I've been burned a lot with paying for expedited shipping, and either there's an actual shipping problem and it doesn't get to me right away, or my train of thought when I was placing my order and am I doing expedited shipping or am I not? I kind of figured that with a new brand, with the first launch, and I expected this launch to be pretty big and there to be a lot of orders. When you do expedited shipping, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be, your order is going to go through quicker, your order is going to get packaged up quicker, and your order is actually going to get to the shipment process quicker. It's just the shipping that's actually expedited. So I was like, you know what, I can see this kind of taking a long time just to even get these 6 lipsticks into a bag and sent over to shipping. So is it actually going to be worth it for me to spend, I think it was $12 on expedited shipping? I decided not to do that. I was actually quite impressed. The launch was at, I believe, like 9 a.m. PST. It was 11 CST my time. I placed my order at about 11:06, I want to say it was. I did have, oh, I almost dropped them. I did have a little bit of issues. When I first got in, I put these 6 lipsticks in my cart right away. Then I was put into a line. I was in the line for, I think, less than a minute, and then I was able to proceed. I put in my card information, and as I was doing that, I got like a 504 error, and I was like, oh no, I bet these lipsticks are gonna sell out now if I try to put them in my cart again. I refreshed, I was able to add them to my cart. I got put into the line again for, again, less than a minute, and then I was able to check out, put in my card information as normal, and it let it go through, and I was able to get the 6 lipsticks that I wanted to. I got my shipping confirmation actually that night, which I was very impressed about, but sometimes when you get a shipping confirmation, it just means that your label was generated. It doesn't mean that your your order was actually shipped out. So generally, if you get something really quickly, it means that your shipping label has been generated, which means that it has been printed off. And then it took about another 2 days, I believe, for my shipment to actually start moving. So that was what happened in the case there. That shipping label was printed. And so I placed my order Thursday, just a few minutes after the launch. And like I said, today is Wednesday that I'm filming. So it took not quite a week to get to me again with the regular shipping, and I am in Iowa. So those are kind of my thoughts, my experience. Like I said, I had a lot of questions coming in on how it went, and what I did shipping wise seems to be like one of the biggest questions I'm getting right now. I have been traveling the past few days, so I'm kind of out of the loop a little bit. So hopefully that helps you out if you had some questions there, or if you were thinking about maybe ordering the next time. But let's go ahead. I know I'm like so excited to get into these, but I thought I'd give you that information first. Let's go ahead and pop over into the lip swatches. So the 6 shades that I picked up are Amazeballs, Obsessed, Hustle, Sofia, Tipsy, and also Cheeky. Those were the first 6 that I had my eye on from when I watched Jaclyn Hill's reveal video with the swatches. And then after I seen a few more swatches online, I decided I was just going to go ahead and go with this 6. So first up, I'm going to swatch Amazeballs. So I do like the outer packaging. I think that looks really nice. And then opening it up, this is the first time I am opening it. There's a little flap in here, and then you have the tube of lipstick. So I will be doing some close-up shots as well, but it feels really nice. Like, it has a little bit of weight to it. So you know, it's this really sparkly packaging, and then you have the JH on here, and then the shade name is on the bottom, and you have your diamond on the top. I think that it does feel pretty nice. Again, these are $18, so $18 isn't the most expensive bullet lipstick that I've ever purchased, but it's also definitely not the cheapest. And you know, this is a new brand, so just always kind of curious to see how things are going to go here. So again, this first shade is Amazeballs, and Amazeballs is described as a buff nude. There is what Amazeballs look like. I wondered if this one was going to be too light on me particularly, but we will go ahead and see here. This is my shade Amazeballs. I tried to turn the lighting down just a little bit so you can see it a little bit more without having like the brighter lights on me. So hopefully it's a little bit more like real, I was gonna say real time. Probably not the factor that I'm going for, but this one here is Amazeballs. So again, described as a buff nude. I felt like it was very creamy when I was applying it. Again, this is my first time applying it, so this isn't a review or anything, just my first thoughts and some swatches. But it felt really creamy when I was applying it. I don't have a lip liner or anything like that underneath. The one thing that I didn't love when Jaclyn did her lip swatches on her Instagram stories was that she had her lips lined every time with MAC Strip Down, and I just don't really feel like that helps, because lip liners can definitely manipulate the color of your lipstick. So that part I was a little bit frustrated by, so I'm definitely not wearing any lip liner or anything like that. So again, this one is Amazeballs. I think it feels really nice and creamy on the lips. It almost feels a little bit more on the hydrating side, I would have to say. I haven't seen any reviews yet for these lipsticks either, so I don't know what everyone's thinking about them right now. So it'll be interesting to kind of see. It is definitely a little light on me right now. I would definitely go in and line my lips with a darker like pink or a darker nude, maybe even fill them in a little bit, and then go ahead with this one. I don't think that it's too light on me right now. Again, I think a lip liner could help, or maybe even mixing it with one of these other lip shades could help also. I don't have any lipstick on my teeth, so that's good. Always a good lip check there. I'm definitely going to be very curious to wear these the entire day. See how the wear time is, how much transfer comes off, and if that affects the wear time also. But again, this one here is Amazeballs. One down, so far so good. So next up I have the shade Obsessed. This one is described as a blushing peach. This was one that I was definitely very curious to try out. I felt like from the first time she swatched it to seeing the lip swatches, this was one that I was like, yes, I definitely want to get Obsessed. I feel like that's a nude that I really do enjoy. So I'm gonna go ahead here and try Obsessed. Okay, so here we have Obsessed. I really like this one. I like this one right off the bat. I do like it more than Amazeballs. It's just a little bit of a darker shade. It's still very peachy, so I think it's going to be really pretty for the spring and summer months. I really do like this shade Obsessed so far. They're definitely more of a cream finish lipstick. It doesn't really feel mattifying. Like I said, it felt a little bit more hydrating, so it doesn't feel dry on my lips. It definitely doesn't look matte on the lips either, which I say that because I am more of a matte lip girl. Liquid lipsticks and even bullet lipsticks with a matte finish tend to be my favorite, but I do also like cream lipsticks, and I've definitely been getting more into them as of recently, which is again why I decided that I would go ahead and purchase these. But really liking the shade Obsessed. Here are the two comparisons between Amazeballs and then Obsessed. You can see Amazeballs is more of your nude with more brown in it, and Obsessed has more of that pinky peach tone to it. Next up, I have the shade Hustle. Hustle is described as a caramel peach. Ooh. Okay, so here is the swatch of Hustle. So it has definitely a lot more of that caramel, that brown in there. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like. So this one is Hustle on my lips, so definitely much more brown, but there is also some peach to it, so I can see, I can understand where the caramel peach comes in. I think that's a good description to it. I think more caramel than peach, but just a hint of that is in there. I like this one on me as well. I wasn't sure as I was first swiping it. I wasn't sure. There isn't a lot of orange in it, which I have noticed through trying many nude lipsticks in my days, that I don't like a lot with any sort of like orange undertone, just anything like that. It doesn't pull great on my skin. So this one I kind of wondered about, but I think that I'm gonna like this one on me too. Sometimes I do want a bit of a darker nude. Sometimes I do like a brown nude, and so far so good. So again, this one is Hustle. Next up, I have Sofia. This one is described as a dusty rose. So when I heard that, I immediately was pretty interested in it. So that is Hustle, and then next to it is Sofia, which looks like a nude that I would really like. So let's see this one on. So I feel like this is definitely the point in the lip swatches that things get a little bit weird, how many times I've been taking off a lipstick and then reapplying, but I'm trying here. But this is Sofia. I really like this one. So far, this one and Obsessed are my favorites. This one is definitely more of a rosy tone than Obsessed, which was just that really pretty pinky nude. This one, ooh, it's gonna be close. I really do like a Sofia as well. So like I mentioned, I said before, when I apply it, it still feels really creamy, which I enjoy. I haven't noticed anything like strange so far going through it with like the component. And you know, like sometimes when you apply lipsticks and you're like pressing them down, like the lipsticks almost like go down in the tube. I haven't noticed that yet. That's like a very rare thing, but I just thought I'd point it out because it was something that I thought of. But so far everything's going pretty good, which is good. Again, this is my first time ever you know, trying these out and putting them on my lips, so kind of just doing this together. But this is Sofia. So the next shade I have is Tipsy. Tipsy is described as a toasted apricot. So once again, I think actually I want to swatch this one next to Hustle just to see how similar they are. So let me swatch this next to Hustle so we have an idea. Okay, so this one here is Tipsy. This one here is Hustle. Hustle is actually just a little bit lighter than Tipsy is. Tipsy has more brown in it. Hustle looks to be a little bit more, I feel like it's such a good term, caramel peach. I mean, I feel like that's how I would describe Hustle. And then Tipsy, like I said, is that toasted apricot, so just a little bit deeper and a little bit more brown. So those are the swatches between those two. But then let me go ahead and try Tipsy on my lips. Here is Tipsy. I really like Tipsy too. So like I could tell from the swatches, it's definitely deeper than Hustle. This one is probably, well, I still have Cheeky to go, so don't let me speak too soon. But I like this one as well. Again, sometimes when it comes to nude lips, I do want something that's just a little bit darker, a little bit deeper, and I think Tipsy will be a good one. I can't decide right off the bat between Tipsy and Hustle which one I'm going for, but I like this one a lot too. So this one here is Tipsy. And then finally, the last shade that I have here is Cheeky. Cheeky is described as a chai latte. So I'm gonna keep it swatched on the hand with these other three. So we have Tipsy, the middle one is Hustle, and then this last one here is Cheeky. So Cheeky is definitely going to be the darkest one that I got. It almost looks like, just from the swatch, that maybe there was a little bit of purple in this one, like a little bit of more of a purple undertone, but these three are pretty similar to one another, so I thought I could swatch them next to one another. But let's go ahead and see what Cheeky looks like. Okay, so this one here is Cheeky, and I have to say it's not as dark as I thought maybe it was going to be. Just kind of looking at that last swatch, I think I was expecting it to be pretty deep on me, but I still think that this is going to be a pretty wearable shade for me. So hey, I'm pretty happy about that. That's awesome. So again, this one is Cheeky. One thing that I noticed too that I just thought I would say is all of these lipsticks have felt completely the same to me. I haven't noticed any inconsistencies amongst the 6 that I was trying. So just thought I would throw that out there in case that's a question that's been raised or anything like that. So far so good. I feel like I've liked the formula in all of them. Again, I definitely want to see the wear time, the transfer, you know, all of that, wear these 6 shades, see how I like them. So I'll definitely be coming back to give my full reviews on everything. Like I said, we literally opened this package and these lipsticks for the first time together, so not a full review or anything, but hopefully some of these swatches helped. Seeing them on my lips, you know, if you're a close skin tone to me, maybe you would get a good idea if some of these are what you want to order, and seeing some of the side-by-side swatches. I'm going to go ahead and also do some close-ups of all 6 swatches next to one another so you can kind of see, because maybe you just wanted to pick up 1 or 2 shades but you didn't want to do ones that were too similar to one another. Hopefully some of these swatches helped. I know that there's going to be a ton of videos about these lipsticks for sure out there, but hopefully my little video helped you out a little bit as well. But other than that, that's actually going to wrap it out for today's video. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on ordering them, my first thoughts on the lipsticks and the swatches of the 6 that I decided to pick up. I would love to know if you grabbed any lipsticks from the initial launch. Did something that you wanted sell out? Are you planning to get it on the restock? Just let us know your feedback in the comments. I would love to hear that, of course. But as always, if you guys did enjoy this video, I would love if you gave it a thumbs up. I hope that you also consider subscribing before you go, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.